Hello, my friends. My name is Haku, and I am a Buddhist monk from Japan. Thank you for joining me today. I want to share something important, something that affects many people around the world. Today, we will talk about one simple thing that can lead to poverty, if we're not careful: wastefulness. Let me start by asking you a question. How often do we take what we have for granted? Think about it for a moment. Maybe it's food left uneaten, money spent on things we don't need, or time wasted on unimportant distractions. These actions may seem small, but they add up. Over time, they can take away the resources we need to live a stable and happy life. You see, wastefulness is more than just throwing things away. It's a habit of not valuing what we have. And when we don't value something, we lose it. Imagine this. You earn a small amount of money each month. Instead of saving or using it wisely, you spend it on things you don't really need. At first, it might not seem like a problem, but over the years, this habit grows. Then, when you face an emergency or need money for something important, you realize you have nothing left. This is how wastefulness can lead to poverty. But wastefulness isn't just about money. Think about food. Many of us buy more food than we can eat. Maybe we forget about it, and it spoils. Or maybe we take big portions, only to throw half of it away. When we waste food, we are not only losing something valuable, but we are also forgetting the hard work of the people who grew, harvested, and prepared it. This habit of not appreciating what we have creates a mindset of loss. Then there is time. Time is one of the most precious things we have, but it's easy to waste. How many hours do we spend scrolling through social media, watching meaningless videos, or doing things that don't bring us closer to our goals? These moments may feel small, but they are like drops of water. Over the years, these drops become a river of wasted opportunities. And once time is gone, we can never get it back. So, why do we fall into wasteful habits? Sometimes it's because we don't think about the future. We only focus on what feels good right now. Other times it's because we believe we have enough, so we don't need to worry. But the truth is, nothing lasts forever. If we don't take care of what we have, it will disappear. The first step to avoiding wastefulness is awareness. Start by looking at your daily habits. Do you spend money on things you don't need? Do you buy more food than you can eat? Do you waste time on activities that don't add value to your life? Be honest with yourself. This is not about feeling guilty. It's about understanding where you can make changes. In the next part, I will share practical steps to overcome wastefulness and build a life of abundance. Together, we will learn how to make the most of what we have and attract stability and peace into our lives. I hope you will stay with me for this journey. Now that we understand how wastefulness can lead to poverty, let us talk about how to overcome it. The good news is, avoiding wastefulness is not complicated. It starts with simple mindful actions that anyone can take. First, let's talk about money. One of the best ways to avoid wasting money is to make a plan. This is called a budget. A budget is like a map for your spending. It shows you where your money should go. Start by writing down how much money you earn each month. Then, list your essential expenses. Things like rent, utilities, food, and transportation. After that, See how much is left. Decide how much you want to save and how much you can spend on non-essential things. When you follow your budget, you'll find it easier to avoid spending on things you don't need. Another important practice is to think before you buy. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Will this bring me lasting value? Or is it just a temporary pleasure? By pausing for a moment and reflecting, you can avoid impulse purchases that don't truly serve you. Next, let's look at food. To avoid wasting food, start by being mindful of how much you buy. Plan your meals for the week before you go shopping. This way, you can buy only what you need. When you cook, try to prepare the right amount so there are no leftovers that might go to waste. And if you do have leftovers, store them properly and use them for your next meal. Food is a blessing, and by treating it with respect, we honor those who worked to provide it. Now let's talk about time. Time is unique because we all have the same amount each day, 24 hours. But how we use those hours can make a big difference in our lives. To use your time wisely, start by identifying your priorities. What are the most important things you want to achieve? Maybe it's studying for a test, spending time with family, or working toward a career goal. Once you know your priorities, plan your day around them. Create a schedule and stick to it as much as possible. Also, remember to set aside time for rest and reflection. It's easy to think that being busy all the time is productive, but that's not true. Rest helps us recharge, and reflection helps us understand what we are doing right and what we need to change. Finally, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool against wastefulness. When we are grateful for what we have, we naturally want to take care of it. Spend a few moments each day thinking about the things you are thankful for. It could be your home, your health, or even the small joys of life, like a sunny day or a kind word from a friend. By following these simple steps, budgeting your money, respecting your food, managing your time, and practicing gratitude, you can break free from wasteful habits. In the next part, I will share some final thoughts and explain how living mindfully not only helps us, but also creates a better world for everyone. Now that we've discussed the dangers of wastefulness and learned some practical steps to overcome it, let us take a moment to reflect on the bigger picture. Why does this matter so much? Why should we care about how we use our money, food, and time? The truth is, wastefulness not only affects us individually, but also impacts the people around us and the world we live in. Every resource we waste could have been used by someone who needs it more. For example, the food we throw away could have fed a hungry person. The money we spend carelessly could have been saved to help a family member in need. Even the time we waste could have been spent creating something meaningful or helping someone else. When we live mindfully, we contribute to a world where resources are respected and shared. Imagine what that kind of world would look like. A world where no one goes hungry because we all take only what we need. A world where people support each other because they have saved wisely and planned for the future. A world where everyone values their time and uses it to build something positive. This is not just a dream. It is something we can work toward every day through small actions. One of the most important lessons in Buddhism is the idea of interconnection. Everything we do affects others, and everything others do affects us. When we waste, we are not just hurting ourselves. We are also harming the balance of the world. But when we live with care and gratitude, we create a ripple effect of positivity. Our actions inspire others to do the same, and together we can create a more harmonious and abundant life for all. Now, let me leave you with a simple practice you can start today. It's called the 3-question rule. Before you spend money, eat food, or use your time, ask yourself these 3 questions. First, do I need this? Second, am I using this wisely? And third, can someone else benefit if I use this differently? These questions help us pause and reflect, making it easier to avoid wasteful choices. As you begin to live more mindfully, you may notice something amazing. You will feel lighter, more peaceful, and more in control of your life. You'll find that you have more resources, whether it's money, time, or energy, to do the things that truly matter. And you'll feel a deeper sense of gratitude for the blessings you already have. Finally, I want to thank you for listening to this message and for taking the first step toward a more mindful life. If this video has inspired you or given you something to think about, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. By doing so, you help us reach more people with messages of wisdom and mindfulness. Together, we can make a difference, one small step at a time. Thank you, and may peace and abundance fill your life.